I'm Sonia Choquette. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm so happy you're here, and I hope you enjoy this little conversation about how empaths trip themselves up and how we can take better care of ourselves. So if you're intuitive, if you're an empath, a sensitive, you know that life is a little more difficult than those who are a little bit more dense and obtuse, and they're just not feeling all the energies that are out there. We empaths, the biggest trip up that we have is we tend to absorb rather than observe. So tip number one, feeling energy doesn't mean you have to feel it in your nervous system. So in order to prevent that, so you're not absorbing the pain of the world and you're not suffering everybody's struggle and you're not lost and pulled off the path of your own joy and happiness, you need to get into your body. How to do that starts with breathing beyond your collarbone. So try this. Breathe in. Call that a breath and a slide. Breathe in. Slide into your solar plexus, which is your belly button. Drop into your body and get out of your head. Most empaths aren't even in your head. You're somewhere floating around these. So come back home. Get in your body, because that breath and that recommitment to your body is the sign to everyone else, everybody out of the pool. You get to let everybody else's energy go and you get to have your own space. Another big problem with empaths is that you tend to not, and I know I'm one of you, no boundaries. We tend to be in everybody else's business, forget our own, everybody else is in ours, and we just get swamped. So my teacher had a great tool for that, and I'm going to give it to you. I live by it, and it sounds a little abrupt at first, but it's a lifesaver. Mind your own business. Now, that means other people, you may feel or sense what's going on with them, but it's not your business to fix, change, or help. Everybody, including you, we all have our own path, our own assignments, our own role, our own goals, our own challenges, and our own growth. And if we're getting in everybody else's business, especially if you're not asked to, it really messes them up and it triply messes you up. So mind your own business. So let's break that down a little bit. What is your business? This is the other thing I see with empaths. We're so busy taking care of everyone else that we don't even know what our business is. So you want to get back to the things you care about, you love, that are important to you, and you put the oxygen mask on you first. So write down your primary values and goals. What matters to me? And here's a good question. What would I be doing if I weren't taking care of everybody all the time? That's your business. What you would be doing if you weren't taking care of everyone else all the time. Whether you're actually taking care, or whether you're taking care of them in your head or in your heart or in your body, what would you be doing otherwise? Because that's the business you need to be minding. Now, the tricky thing is maybe your actual day job business is guiding, coaching, or doing intuitive work for others, healing work. Doesn't matter. Do your job, but don't try to take over their lives. Everybody has a right to their own path, and it's called respect them to find their own way. So if you're the coach or the guide, do what you were guided to, or you were employed or engaged to do, and then let go and let them find their own way. Don't engender codependencies. Don't encourage them, and certainly don't ever create any sort of agreement where people have to keep coming back to you to make their decisions. That's a terrible trip up for empaths, and believe me, if something goes wrong, they will more than make you responsible for it. So what you do instead is you encourage people. You have this, you can find your way. I'll help you with some if they ask, but do not offer if they ask. And then don't ever, here's another tool for empaths, don't ever work harder for someone else's well-being than they're willing to work for themselves. Okay? So if someone has a tendency to come and complain at your door and has this problem or that problem and says, I need help, and you offer advice and guidance and support and compassion, and they don't change at all, well, you're working harder. You're just the garbage dump. They're just dumping their dregs on you and going right back into the same nonsense that is causing all this trouble and wasting your time. So the go-to statement instead is, you know what? I am sure when you are ready, you will absolutely find your way out of this and move on. I am confident. I am giving you a vote of confidence and saying, I have to rescue you. Having good boundaries is another big challenge for empaths. As I said, we don't know what our true no is. So what is your true no? Well, often we get so overwhelmed with people's energy that we just want to be cooperative and supportive and the good sport, and we just want everything to feel good. So we say yes too quickly. Way to get over that is to say, let me think about it. Sounds good for now, but I have to check in with myself and my team. And who is your team? It's you, yourself, and you, your spirit guides, maybe your family, but I got to check in. I'll let you know tomorrow. Do not say yes in the moment. Now, I tend to be a Santa Claus type of person. I want to say yes to everybody and all the time, and I used to, and it made me sick. It gave me sciatica. I was depressed. I was exhausted. Till I finally realized this is my undoing. I don't have any break in my life that can say no. And until I started saying, let me get back to you on this. Let me think about it for a day. Let me consider this for now. I will decide overnight. I got pushback, but I also got respect. And I found that if I didn't say yes in the moment, the people pushing and asking forgot about it too. So nobody was harmed by me saying, I need some time. So incorporate that into your life as an empath. I need to tell you tomorrow. Also, don't ask people, how are you? That is an invitation for a big dump. Instead, just adjust it slightly and say, it's so good to see your beautiful spirit. What good things are happening to you today? Now, that might seem a little corny, but believe me, gets people thinking and changing the channel about what good things are happening, because the truth is, if you say, how are you? The barking dog ego in them that's gonna complain and be miserable and want you to fix it and take care of them will just dump on you. If you don't invite that and you say, you look so beautiful today, what good things are happening that make you look so beautiful? Then they start focusing on benefit, and indeed good things are happening, and they share those. So you can bring the best out in others instead of invite the worst. You look so beautiful today. What great things are happening to bring out that bright light? It's an adjustment, and it might feel a little odd, but you know what? You'll love it. They'll love it too, because instead of bringing the worst out in people, you bring out the best, and they will really remember you for that. So there's a lot of gifts to being an empath. We're intuitive, we're creative, we're sensitive, we're uplifters, we bring beauty, we bring joy, we bring compassion, but we don't have to bring the pain of the world into our bones and crush ourselves, okay? Not necessary. So use these tips and tools and try them. They're actually very effective. It took me years to develop them, but they won't let you down. So don't live a miserable, crushed life as an empath or feel like you're just too sensitive for this big, bad world. Instead, find your boundaries, find your resilience, know your worth. Don't take on what isn't yours, and mind your own business, because that is the secret to your life going super well. Thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed yourself, please come back, subscribe, and I'll talk to you again soon. All my love.